is that just the lack of coverage and also the lack of interest, I feel like, in news media has been appalling to me. I mean, this is shit that people should be listening to, right? Like when Joe Biden was elected as president after November, like people stopped giving a fuck. Really, like everyone was like, "Oh, DT," and then the Capitol riots happened, and everyone was like, "Oh, Donald Trump's finally out." Boom. Like, we don't have to give a shit about politics anymore. Ah, yeah, right? Like, that's what's happening. But in reality, the same issues are fucking going on everywhere you look. I mean, there was an airstrike on Syria that was completely covered up by Joe Biden. Kamala Harris literally was in Guatemala like a month ago telling migrants to not come. Like, how are we going to sit here and fundamentally say that this administration is different than the last one? I mean, of course, without the drama, and Trump has said obviously a lot of crazy stuff, but look at how different this administration is covered compared to the last one. I feel like any little thing Donald Trump did, if Donald Trump like accidentally said like shit in a speech, like Don Lemon would go on an 18-minute rant on CNN about how that was like, contributing to systemic racism and shit, right? Like, but like just like a tangential rant that made no sense. But if Joe Biden does something, it's like Joe Biden rescued us from the tyrannical reign that was Donald Trump, right? Like the news media just finds ways to like twist it into their advantage. And also, they just don't talk about him. I feel like we're talking about COVID more, not Biden's president. We're not talking about Joe Biden's actual policies that he's signing into place. Oh, wait. What has he signed into place? What exactly has Joe Biden done in office? I don't fucking know. Do you guys know? What is Joe Biden doing? What is Kamala Harris doing? We need to be more on top of this shit, guys. What the fuck are we doing? As a generation that claims to be for change and for, like, we are Gen Z. We are trying to change the world. We are trying to promote equality. And that's great. And that's awesome. But you also need to be, like, up to date with what's going on. And maybe that's my fault. Maybe that's my genuine fault that I am not keeping track. And so I decided, okay, let me go through some of the headlines that I saw with Joe Biden. So here are the first 5 headlines that showed up when I searched up the name Joe Biden on Google. Joe Concha details 18-wheeler Biden history of lies. The media's silence is deafening. From Fox News. The second headline is AIDS note to Biden. Sir, there's something on your chin. That's from the New York Post. The third one's about Biden and new COVID restrictions. He says, in all probability, there will be new COVID restrictions. There's a CNN article with the same exact title. And the last title is explicit anti-Biden signs in front of man's home, Grapevine neighborhood, from Dallas. Guys, what the fuck? These are the headlines that we're literally seeing about Joe Biden. 2 of them maybe had to do with his actual presidency and what he's saying and what is genuinely going on. The other 2 were like completely useless. I mean, a New York Post headline is one of the main articles of news about Joe Biden right now. That is what we're covering. We're just having fun at this point. Like, this dude is supposed to be the president of the United States. And with Donald Trump, we were covering, if he took one step into the Rose Garden, there would be 18 journalists questioning him why. This is not defending Donald Trump by any means. Like, I'm not defending Trump. All I'm saying is that the double standard that exists in the news media when there's a Democratic president elected versus Donald Trump and just the covering of literally everything he did is fucking ridiculous. So media, do better. Give us some actual news that's going on with the Joe Biden administration and not just like news about COVID, which is obviously important. I think news about COVID is absolutely important, but like balance the coverage with COVID, like of with the scientific stuff, with what Joe Biden is actually doing and implementing. And I feel like that hasn't been the case. So I would like to see more of that news media. Don Lemon, Chris Cuomo, CNN, Rachel Maddow, MSNBC, Fox News, Sean Hannity, do better. Do better, guys. Come on.